computer. Andrew's like jonesing to take the wheel,
I do
y'all.
presentations for a living.
He's like, let me drive.
This is what I do every day.
So it just might happen that he takes over control of everything, and that's okay.
No,
that's okay.
And with this every day as well, I know better.
Hey, I'm Joy, and this is Andrew, and we are the leaders of a team called Team Rising Phoenix, and we are so very grateful for you to take a little time out of your life to spend some time with us to learn more about the coaching opportunity. It's something that has absolutely changed our lives, and we're excited to share it with you because we really truly believe it can change your life too. Let me go share my screen here for a second and we will get to it. I want you, while I'm sharing my screen,
Nope.
There it is. I cannot type and talk at the same time. While I'm sharing my screen, I really want you guys to like get out a notebook and a piece of paper. I want you to take notes tonight because honestly, this is life-changing information. And if you were attending a, seminar on how to open a franchise, you would be taking a lot of notes.
Right.
And you would be also spending a whole heck of a lot of money, which
we're not going to do today.
You don't have to do any of that with this. So thank God for that. But I do want you to take lots of notes because this is life-changing information. And so make sure that you get all your questions written down and save them for the end. We're going to answer all of them. So we are talking about Team Beachbody. And if you don't know Team Beachbody, we are the world leader in home health and fitness.
Correct.
And on our team, we love like helping people live happy, healthy, fulfilling lives. And so Andrew is a road warrior.
Meaning that I'm on the road about 60% of the time for my corporate American job. I work full time in a software industry as a subject matter expert. And you are a?
I do this full time now, but my background is in church ministry. I was a leadership consultant for churches across the nation. And when I started this business, I'll tell you a little bit about our story. But it was a great background to bring into this business. So I'm very grateful for it. But the pictures you see in front of you, the one on the left is actually of our team in Riviera Maya this past spring. That was that wasn't Riviera Maya. That was a cruise.
I was saying, no, that was the cruise.
Oh my gosh.
In Labadee, Haiti.
Yeah, that was Labadee. And we had a blast. The cruise was amazing. That was our second cruise with Beachbody. We actually are in that crowd somewhere. On the picture on the right, that is like the largest workout in North America.
So that was the one that was taken in Las Vegas. And because that's Vegas. In the
background. You see Vegas there? Yeah. I thought that was.
That's definitely not Indy.
I thought that was Indianapolis.
No, that's definitely not Indy because there's no monument.
I grabbed the wrong photo.
But anyways, it is the largest group workout in North America every year. This last year, 20,000 people took over the streets of. Oh my gosh! I just caught a picture of what you put on there of me holding some like dear Lord.
He doesn't know what I put on here.
I look like that. Wow.
Yeah, 20,000 people in the streets of Indianapolis, and then next year we're going to New Orleans.
Baby.
And, I want you to reach out to the coach that invited you and really ask them about their experience at our coach conference. It's called Summit because that's a massive game changer. But first, I want to share with you a little bit about our story and, how we got to this point. But you can see the picture in the middle there. We haven't always been the fittest of people.
Who are those people?
Now, most of my life grew up skinny fat, I guess is what you would call me. But, Andrew actually was 30 pounds heavier.
Clearly in the picture in the upper middle there.
And we really started to go through some back-to-back medical whammies. I said no to Beachbody for 7 years. My coach, Stephanie, asked me pretty soon after Beachbody launched. And I said, no way, Jose. Like I was like the hugest skeptic ever, you guys. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So 7 years, I watched her have success. You're going forward. I cannot stop driving. And so for 7 years, I watched her have success, but I literally just, it wasn't for me. And I wondered, honestly, like how much of that is just a highlight reel or how much of it is really real. And then our family started to go through some like major life crisis moments where our son was diagnosed, our youngest was diagnosed with papilledema in elementary school. That's a swollen optic nerve. And if you don't know, that kind of signals an alarm for—
Number one causes a brain or spinal tumor.
Yeah.
Which was not in our son, thank God.
Thank God. But we had a whole year of like just a lot of scary and spinal taps, and we're still under a watch him kind of situation. And then a year later, Andrew nearly died in an atrial flutter episode. All the men in our household are black belts to some degree or another, American Karate. And when he was testing for his black belt, his heart had a short circuit, and he had a care flight situation, and 3 days in ICU. They did an ablation on his heart. And it was
medically induced coma, all the fun stuff you want to have. Yeah.
He doesn't know any about that because he was
I've seen the video.
But yeah, I was greeted by a chaplain, and you know, the conversation in the hallways was really centered around how are we going to take care of Joy. And that really bothered me because you know, I was working for a nonprofit at the time, making a nonprofit salary, and we always lived paycheck to paycheck, and that was always a frustration for me personally, just wondering like how people are getting ahead in life. I just couldn't figure out how they could afford all the things. And so anyway, a year later, I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Almost to the day.
Yeah, almost to the day. And so I've had a bilateral mastectomy and reconstruction surgery, and I'm almost 6 years cancer free, praise God. But on the heels of that, that bottom left picture of me in the orange shirt that you're looking at, that was me on the back end of my surgeries. And I felt like a complete alien in my skin. I didn't even recognize the person I was looking at in the mirror anymore, and none of my clothes fit in my closet. Now, Andrew had already lost 30 pounds training for his black belt test. In fact, that actually saved his life, because the doctor said like his body was able to, you know, weather such a traumatic event. But I hadn't had that transformation at all. In fact, I had kind of probably, you know, numbed my situation with food a little bit. And I remember taking this picture. I remember seeing this specific picture was like, it was a defining moment for me. And soon thereafter, I found myself in my closet with like nothing that would fit. And I started having this debate in my head about like, well, maybe I should just, this is a phase of life. I'm a cancer survivor now. Like I kind of went to the Debbie Downer route, and I was like, maybe I should just, you know, accept the mom genes and, you know, find like, maybe I should just be content and, you know, grateful and focus on this stage of life where my kids are going to be going off to college and it should be all about them. And, you know, as soon as I kind of went down that path, I was like, well, that's just absolutely ridiculous. Like at that time I was 42, and it's like, I have a whole lot of life left to live. And I decided to start, even though I was dissatisfied with a lot of things, you know, in my professional world, I decided to start with my physical world. And so I jumped into a challenge group with my coach, Stephanie, the same one that I told no for 7 years. And I had my first transformation where I lost 2 pant sizes doing a program called PIO. And when I started that program, I did the most innocent post on Facebook. And that was like, hey, you know, starting my new PIO program, you know, hope my body still works. Like it was so lame. But, you know, God, as God always does, he kind of tricks us into our purpose. And I had 3 people from church reach out and say, hey, we want to go into that challenge group with you. And so I went to Stephanie because I was a customer at the time. And I said, hey, I've got these 3 people who want to do the challenge. And she's like, well, why don't you sign up as a preferred customer and you can get the referral fee? And at the time, you guys, we had Care Flight, we had specialists for Tyler, we had a counselor going for our oldest, we had so many medical bills that like $150, $200 back in my pocket was an enormous blessing. And so I signed up. we jumped in the group. I fell in love with the community. I fell in love with myself again. Like I said, lost 2 pant sizes and I was able to fit into skinny jeans for the first time in my life because I always was like a short, curvy girl. And we just kept inviting people to join us because it changed everything. And Andrew was doing the workouts with me, so it was like a sweat date time, and we found that we could like bond together by a common frenemy, which was the super trainer, which was kind of crazy, right? But that became kind of like a sweat date for us. And so now that middle picture that you see there is just a fraction of our team that was with us at Summit in Indy just this past month in July.
Yeah. So maybe some of the leaders might have invited you here to this call today. I mean, I know a lot of them are on this call right now, but that is what this is all about. It's all about team and helping each other and keeping each other moving forward.
Yeah. So it's really good that you're here to learn more. So we want to tell you, like, what does a coach really do? And honestly, you guys, it is as simple as 1, 2, 3. You choose a program, and if you don't know what Beachbody is all about, like, we have the most famous programs ever: 21 Day Fix, Insanity, P90X, hello. P90X. So there's so many different fitness programs for all fitness levels, but you choose a program, you commit to following it, and then you share it with others. What we are not trainers. We are not dietitians.
Doesn't mean you can't be a trainer and do this, but we don't have to be. Same with a dietitian. You don't have to be.
We're not nutritionists and we're not life coaches.
I am a total bro nutritionist.
Yes,
I am a total bro science nutritionist.
If you have any of those specialties, like, of course you can bring that to the table, but it's not required to be a coach. A coach is simply an accountability buddy. In fact, Beachbody never really meant for the coaching opportunity to be this gigantic sales force. They were already selling a ton of programs through infomercials. You probably see them.
Yeah, and that's actually an interesting way to talk about how it developed really quickly, was because through P90X, what they found was, I mean, and I'm going to date myself at this point, that was back to the message board. So you go all the way back to AOL message boards and everything. What they found was that the majority of the P90X DVD packages back in the day that were, I mean, it might even be CD-ROM at that point.
I don't know.
Those DVD packages, not Blu-ray, DVD packages that went out, never got opened. They never got played. But if anybody connected with anyone on those message groups, people actually pressed play. They actually got results. And that was really the birth of the Coach Network was, we want to give people another tool in the toolbox to be more successful in their health and wellness journey.
Yeah, they aren't interested in selling a thigh master that's going to sit on a shelf somewhere. They actually want to end the trend of obesity. They are on mission. And so the missing link they discovered was a person. It's an accountability buddy. So really, we're more of a matchmaker than anything else. So when someone comes to us and says, hey, where should I start? We match them with the best fit, and then encourage them, love, empower, inspire them to continue to take next steps on the journey. And so what I want to talk a little bit here about, is this here? Yes, let's talk about yes, let's talk about this now, and then we're going to watch a little short video. Okay, so how can you earn money? You guys, we get paid weekly. Like direct deposit, I mean, you can get a paper check, but they take a little processing fee out. But like, we get paid every Thursday is payday.
Nobody gets a direct check.
Nobody does paper checks anymore. Yeah. Have you ever been standing in the line when someone's paying for something with a paper check?
Yes, today actually.
Anyway, if that was you, then it's okay. We'll help you with ATM cards. So you get 25% retail commission off of anything that you sell through your Coach ID. There are fast start bonuses for helping, for getting 5 people started in a 5-week period. There are star diamond bonuses for when you start developing a team. There are matching bonuses where you begin to earn those at diamond rank, which that doesn't mean anything to anyone, but basically that's like the gateway to leadership. So when you have a team, you start earning matching bonuses. There are quarterly incentives, there are rewards, there's a trip every year. There are actually 2 leadership trips you can earn every year. And the cool thing about the club trip is that you get to bring a guest. So like, if I earned the trip, so like the first time I earned the trip, I could bring a guest, and I brought Andrew. And the thing that we love about that, because quite honestly, you know, he's been in the corporate world, obviously. And so there are a lot of instances where we have friends who earn a club trip and they aren't allowed to bring their spouse.
Yeah, no, I've been blessed in the club trips that I've earned. We have been able to do that.
But we know lots of people
that don't actually allow that.
And I just, as a spouse, you know, like that would bug me. Like I that would really, really bother me to not be able to go on that club trip. But, you know, if you go on any of our club trips, they are so family friendly. There are kids and families, there are, you know, couples, and it's just the most fun thing. They give you such the VIP treatment.
I do feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit at this point,
we do need to do a little.
Let's back it up just a little bit while Joy is setting this up. We're going to share just a brief video of kind of what do you kind of need to know about what it is to be a coach. Like, we've used that word a lot already at this point, and we really haven't described, okay, well, what is it? This is going to be kind of what is it?
We're not going to watch this whole video, so
don't worry about 11.
We're not going to watch the whole video, but I do feel like this explains it so very well. So we're just going to watch a little bit of it, and then we'll come back and we have some more to chat with you guys about.
That you want to check out what a Beachbody coach is and how you can join our team. Our team is full of a whole lot of heart and a whole lot of hustle. And although we come from all different kinds of backgrounds, we have the common goal of making the world a healthier and happier place. In fact, our mission is to help others achieve their goals and lead healthy and fulfilling lives. But how do we do that? The first way we do that is we lead by example. So we simply practice what we preach, and our consistency and results with our own proven programs and products is what inspires others to get started. So what proven programs and products are we talking about? We're talking about Beachbody. Beachbody is a global leader in health and fitness, and that's who we partner with as coaches. If you haven't heard of Beachbody, maybe you've heard about like P90X, Insanity, and some of our other amazing programs. Back when P90X was released, there were a lot of people getting amazing results and sharing those results online. These people were also supporting and motivating each other along the way. The success stories were pouring in, and Beachbody started looking at their future. When CEO Carl Deichler and President John Cogden started examining the success, they realized a huge part of that was from satisfied customers who were sharing their results and their experiences with others. This natural sharing of the programs and products and their love for Beachbody led them to develop a compensation plan where these coaches would start earning income from doing what they were already doing. And that was the start of the Team Beachbody Coaching Opportunity. So as coaches, we use these amazing programs and products, and we recommend the best ones for others. We have Beachbody On Demand, which is pretty much the Netflix of fitness. Not only do you get access to our amazing fitness programs that are developed by the top fitness experts in the world, but they also come with individualized meal plans for every single program. With Beachbody, we focus on nutrition just as much as the fitness. Shakeology is hands down the best nutritional shake out there. We have so many other amazing nutritional supplements, and we're constantly creating new ones, including Performance Line, which is even a sponsor of the Ironman. And one of our most recent programs that focuses totally on nutrition and your mindset around food, and it's created by a registered dietitian nutritionist. And we can't forget our deliciously addicting new beach bars. So the next thing we do as coaches is authentically share our journey. We simply share our experiences with our amazing programs and products, which inspires others to start. We share with our friends and family and on social media. And do not let that social media part scare you. We will teach you in our training all about how to share your journey. Now, we want you to think progress, not perfection. We are not perfect as coaches. We're all just real people who have the same struggles as everyone else. But we lead by example, and we show other people how they can get it done too. We push play and we show up for ourselves. And you do not need to be at your own health and fitness goal to start helping others and sharing your journey. We're just passionate, everyday people who love helping others. And through consistent sharing of your journey, that's going to inspire people to come to you and ask you what you've been up to, and they're interested in joining. And once they decide to join, we just help pick out the best program for them and their goals, and then we just support them on their journey. So how exactly do we support them online? One way is through our online private challenge groups. These are judgment-free accountability groups where we do daily check-ins, share tips, struggles, recipes, and more to help each other out. As a brand new coach, you can join our groups and add your people to those groups. So why should you join our team and partner with Beachbody? Number one, as coaches, there's no creating meal plans or workout plans. They're already created by the experts. We just align people with the right ones for them. And they're proven to work, so all the work is done for you. Beachbody prides itself in delivering results, and that happens because of rigorous testing and making sure that they're constantly innovating. And I love that they have something for everyone. And number two, no inventory. They handle everything for us, the shipping, the customer service. There's no big buy-ins as a coach, and there's zero sales requirements for you to remain a coach and get commissions. Customers just order through our websites that are given to us from Beachbody. Number three, they are constantly training and supporting us along our business and health and fitness journeys. They host daily trainings as well as weekly calls and even events and workshops. Number four, rewards and recognition that they give us. We have monthly rewards as well as earned vacations for 2 earned leadership trips and recognition. And these rewards and recognition are earned by helping people and helping your team be successful. And our team's favorite reward, the trips that you can earn. And it's not just for you, it's for your spouse or a guest as well. Our team had some.
Okay. We'll stop there. So, oh, did I just close that? Escape. There we go. So that's a little bit about what coaches do and some of the perks for what we do. And honestly, the trip is one of our favorite things every year. And I will say, like, Beachbody is constantly innovating, constantly releasing new products. Just last month, one of the products they released was collagen, which I don't know if you're on the collagen bandwagon or know much about collagen, but it is like super trending off, all the bro science behind it.
I do know the majority of the bro science.
I just know that it makes my skin look good.
That is the type 3 collagen.
And it's making my
skin,
hair
and
thicker.
Nails, awesome. But there's so many other benefits to it, like joint health and muscle reconditioning and all. I'm not going to go into bro science on this one, but I could.
But the point is, like, they are on the forefront of releasing products that really do make our life better. So right now, I want to bring on one of our new coaches who has been doing this for almost like 7 weeks. She's almost at 8 weeks, almost 2 months. And she has an incredible story. Obviously, you can see her transformation there, and I'll let her tell you about that journey. But I also want to point out her incredible income progression in just 7 weeks. And I'm excited for you to hear from her. So let me pull up Tanya.
So while she's doing that, I want to make sure that we do definitely throw out the disclaimer.
Oh yeah, please.
Beachbody has no guarantee that anyone is going to make any amount of money in these things, but it all comes down to the diligence and hard work that you're willing to put in to the opportunity. So no guarantees, and it's definitely not a get-rich-quick scheme by any stretch of the imagination. But if you're willing to put in the work and follow the systems and put in place, you've got an opportunity.
And I love that income disclaimer because it does take work. And if you ever like come to a presentation like this and they're like, oh, you just sign up and you earn a lot of income, like run for the hills, because it does take consistent effort over time. But I want to turn things over to Tanya right now. Thank you for doing
I'm here for you.
Yeah, that's a good thing because I'm multitasking all over the place. Tanya!
Hello!
Y'all need to be like super supportive. This is her first time telling her story on a presentation like this. So everyone give her a big like whoop whoop. And I want you to just tell us your story. Like what made you decide and how did you get started with Beachbody?
Let's see. I was trying to think the other day. I don't remember how many times you have asked me to do this prior to me finally saying yes in June. I know it was several, like a lot. First of all, I'm not one of those people that normally, I do not like to exercise. That is not my happy place. It is not fun for me. I do it because I have to, and I know I have to. So like, it's not enjoyable. But I mean, I've been lifetime fitness member. I did CG. I did this last one I did, which probably got the best results. I had a personal trainer, and I had a nutritionist, and it was expensive. but it got the results that I wanted, and I looked really good for a while. Then the oldest one went to college, and all that money just kind of, it had wings, and it just flew out the doors like faster than we even accounted for. Like, we had college money set aside, we had things, and then it was like fraternity fees. What? I got to pay for that too. You know, it was just lots of little things. And so there went my trainer, and my husband was training too. And so we said, well, we have no more money for that. That went to college and life. And so I stopped doing all the little things that she had told me to do to get to where I was. The weight didn't come on overnight. It was a series of a whole year long of bad decisions. It was, you know, Jason left Dallas and moved to DC. It was, I have 2 kids at home. Let's just run through the drive-through because I'm tired. I don't want to cook. And it just like slowly kept on. Eric came home from college, and that picture that you showed was the swim banquet. He was my date since Jason wasn't here. So we went to Adam's swim banquet without Adam, mind you, because he had to work. But that picture was taken. And that night, like, him and I both were like, holy cow, what happened? Like, I kind of felt like I ate another human. Like, it was puffy face. I mean, round. And I was miserable because I was poured into that dress because it was the only one that came close to fitting. And like, I just said, I was like, we've got to do something. And Eric said, I have to do something too. He said, I went from working out and being in the pool for 4 hours a day to nothing and still eating like I was in the pool for 4 hours a day. He said, I gained, I don't remember how much he said he gained, but to date, he has lost an incredible amount. He called the other day, said he is down. When we started this program, he was at he says he thinks he was at 226 pounds. He is about 6'1", almost 6'2", maybe somewhere around in there. He called the other day. He said, Mom, he said, I stepped on the scale at the gym. He said, I'm 178 pounds because he has continued to do it at school, which I'm super proud of. I've lost like 30 pounds to date. I stepped on the scale the other morning before I started my 3-day cleanse. And I've lost 30 pounds. So I don't know. I love the fact that it's only 30 minutes. I love the fact that I can get it done because I don't enjoy lots and lots of exercise. That is not my happy place. It's just not. But I think more than that, I really liked the nutrition part. I look back and I think, well, I was eating salads, but when I was making a salad, I was making lettuce, and I would chop up some avocados, and I'd have some nuts in there, and I'd have some cheese, and I'd have some grilled chicken, and then I'd put dressing on it. And I'd be like, well, I had a salad. Well, when I started the program, I was like, holy cow, I had 3 days worth of healthy fats in one setting. So like it not only told me what was healthy and what was not, but how much of what I was supposed to be eating. And that for me was a huge key.
And you got started with just Beachbody On Demand.
Yep, 2 weeks because I was a skeptic like you. I didn't think I would work out in front of my TV by myself without anybody making me do it. Totally. Like I really didn't. I was like, well, nobody's going to know if I do it or not. You know, and I did. I was like, well, I called Jason and I said, okay, I'm going to do this. It's 2 weeks for free, 3 months for $40. So if I'm not going to do it, I'm only out the price of a pedicure. That's what I told him.
Yep. And he
goes, go for it. He's like, what do you have to lose?
And you had an amazing transformation after 21 days, and you decided to take the next step, and that was to sign up as a coach. And you didn't think that you were going to be helping people, right?
No, I wanted to be a discount coach because there were 2 of us.
But but real quick, like what happened? People saw your transformation and they started reaching out, right?
Yes, they started everywhere I went. People were like, wow, what are you doing? Wow, what are you doing? And so then I called you and I was like, holy cow, now what do I do?
And so tell us a little bit about what having that extra income coming in for your family, what does that mean for you? I mean, you're a busy mom. Your husband travels across the country to work, and you are a full-time teacher with 2 kiddos who are on swim team with our son.
Yes.
Activity fees were $300 per kid.
Yes, I was gonna say that check was a little easier to write this month.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it
really was.
I always tell parents, it's like, if you think that you need extra income when they're little, just wait till they hit college.
Oh my goodness. Like it's beyond anything we even had planned for. Like it was, first of all, he went out of state, which did not help matters any. He did get a scholarship, so that did help, which is the only reason he is out of state. But yeah, it's expensive. The little things, the older they get, the car insurance, the phones, I could go on and on and on. I have a girl who just started high school, and oh Lord, I thought the boys were expensive. The boys are t-shirt, a pair of Nike shorts, and a pair of tennis shoes. They're good to go. They're happy.
Girls,
her not so much. We got, jeans, and we got to have 6 different kinds of shoes, and we have to have, yeah.
I get it. So lastly, talk just a little bit, and then we're going to move on to the rest to make sure everyone gets out on time. But talk to us a little bit about the resources that you've been given on the team, and how the help that what kind of support have you received since becoming a coach 7 weeks ago?
I have tremendous support, and I've probably bugged the crap out of you. It is so nice to know, the private Facebook coaching one that we're doing. I get a lot out of just listening to what other people think and what other people say, and when they try different things. I really like that. Our calls that we do, once a week, it's just nice to hear different people's perspective on how to handle either yeses or nos, or, maybe not right nows, and things like that. And, I will attempt usually to try and find something online. But I know if I can't find it, then all I have to do is put it out there, and somebody will answer it for me, whether it's you or even somebody else. I know that if I have a question, chances are somebody has already thought of it and done it and gone through it. So it's been really awesome to know that you have that kind. I'm not on my own. I'm not doing this on my own. I don't have to do my own challenge groups right away. I don't have to do any of this by myself, because honestly, I don't know that I would have.
Yeah. And I think, that's a really important thing, that it's not for a lack of resources or support for someone not to be successful. If anything, it's just a lack of resourcefulness. And that's very different. Like, you have such a supportive team. You have so many tools in your toolbox, and you don't have to do it all alone. Like, we work together as a team. So thank you so much for sharing your story, and we're so excited for your future and for all the people that you've been helping. It's been really cool just to see you blossom in the last 7 weeks, and we know that that's going to continue to happen in the months to come. So keep up the great work. All right.
Thank you.
You got it. You did great, by the way. I was not that poised the first time that I spoke on a call.
Which
Let
was
me
also
just
not
tell
7
you.
weeks in.
No, So you did amazing. So yeah, I mean, I really want you guys to take a moment before we move on and think about, what would an extra $400 or $500 do for your family right now? What would you spend that money on right now? Write it down on your piece of paper and really connect to the idea that in 7 weeks time, you could be pulling in, as long as you do the work. Obviously there's no guarantee, but as long as you do the work, you can totally change your financial situation for yourself and for your family. So I want to share a little bit about our income progression, because I think it is very realistic. And I just want to give you guys a good picture of what our experience has been, and I'm an open book about it. But my first month in July, I earned about $300, And this past July,
2014 was literally your first month.
Yes, it was. And so I've been a coach now for 5 years. And July last month, we earned about almost $12,000, but $11,000 in the month of July. Now, at about 2.5 years in, I was able to quit my full-time job and start coaching full-time. What you don't really know about my story is that I consider myself a stay-at-home professional, not really a stay-at-home mom, because I've always tried to find like little jobs to take to be able to bring in some income to contribute to our family. But when I was working for a nonprofit, remotely from my home, like it was a nonprofit salary.
Yeah, I mean, when you work for a nonprofit, you're also a nonprofit family.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, and because I was remote and our home office was in Atlanta, there was no opportunity for me to be, promoted or assume more responsibility. I was really boxed in, and after several years of that, I felt just really unhappy and dissatisfied. I didn't feel like I was being challenged or that I had a growth trajectory at all. And so that contributed to a lot of depression in my life. But, at the same time, I didn't want to give up the freedom I had of being able to, be fully available for my kids or, just have that flexibility to be working a stay-at-home professional. And I wanted kind of like a hybrid of like, the opportunity of a corporate job and the earning power of a corporate job, but I wanted all the freedom and flexibility of time. And I just didn't even think that was available. Quite frankly, I kind of thought, when I was at that point where I felt like an alien in my skin after breast cancer, I thought, well, maybe I should just be grateful for what I have, that I have the flexibility. And that first check that I earned, that $300 check, you guys, for the first time, I was like, oh, I don't have to wait for someone to promote me or hire me or give me permission to do anything. Like I can promote my dang self. I can hire myself. And I could see that like that little check, the $300 was like, that was the financial bandwidth that we desperately needed in our life. And at that point we were living paycheck to paycheck. We had no savings account whatsoever, and we had a whole lot of medical bills. Well, I mean, we had 401k and that kind of stuff, but we didn't have like the short-term savings.
I wasn't leaving us destitute.
No, but we also didn't have extra.
Right, and I would say that I came in from a little different angle in the fact that I was still missing that same freedom, and the fact that I have a corporate position. I'm still fully employed for a corporation in a job that I really enjoy, but it keeps me away a lot. And I didn't have the ability. I was a lone wolf. I was a lone ranger in my position. So I didn't have a team to really pour into and kind of help develop and help advance. And that's what kind of this opportunity has provided a little bit to me now at this point is, okay, how do I take those skills and pass them on to other people as well?
And, next year when our youngest son goes off to college, the cool thing about, oh my gosh, don't even get me started. But the cool thing about that is I can work my business as much or as little. There have been, weeks that I've worked a little and weeks that I've worked a lot depending on my goals, but it's also, I can take it anywhere. So like if he has a travel trip in Florida, I can go with him.
Yeah, she'll go to the Florida trips with me. She's not going to go to Minneapolis with me in February.
No, I am not going to do that.
But if you want to go visit one of the boys.
Right, exactly. Like, so this year, our son is on a select water polo team. You guys, we never would have been able to afford the travel of all of these road trips for him had it not been for coaching, nor would I have been able to take all the time off of work. As flexible as that job was, there was a limit, So I'm so grateful we made the decision 5 years ago to get started. Oh, but I wanted to show you guys real quick. Like you'll notice that from like 2015 to 2016, there's kind of like this jump. And that's very common in this business where like, this is kind of like a water well where you're pumping, trying to get the water to flow out of a water well. But once the water is flowing, you can kind of like do a steady pump instead of like pump really hard.
Right.
And, you'll see that a lot in a lot of people who are in Beachbody coaching, that they will have these moments of bump. And usually that's when their team starts duplicating and working and, the reach starts compounding. And so anyway, that just gives you a little idea of where we are at and what we have experienced. And there are other fun stuff too. Like we said, Coach Summit, which is incredible, our conference every year. We had Rachel Hollis as a guest speaker, which was absolutely incredible. She made us all dance.
Literally.
And then, of course, the club trip, which is super fun. And you get to bring your spouse or a guest. So here's the thing, you guys, like, what's there to lose? Like, what's the worst that can happen? This is my very first transformation photo after PIO. So the worst that can happen, you lose weight, you improve your health, you change your physical and internal health, you look amazing in your clothes, your blood pressure it improves, you save on a gym membership and trainer, you eat better, you lower your risk of diabetes, which runs in my family, breast cancer. Yes. So there's so many awesome things. And the cool thing I love about coaching is that it starts with you. Remember, you pick a program, you commit to doing it, and then you share that experience with others. So this is all about you becoming that better version of yourself. Dave Ramsey says, what if we didn't wait for the heart attack to happen to make a change? I don't know if we have any Dave Ramsey fans on the phone or on the call, but the thing about that is, yes, he's referring to health, but it's financial health as well.
He's referring to his financial. He refers to it in the financial perspective.
Yeah. But like, I waited until the heart attack came in the form of breast cancer before I started making some significant changes to my lifestyle. But what if we like got after it now and we're proactive about it and helped other people be proactive about it? We could actually make a dent in the obesity crisis. We could help reverse, the trends of some of the cancers out there. And so, like what we do is missional, but it starts with you. And that's just a beautiful thing. I mean, what job is there out there that is like, hey, what if your job was just to take really good care of yourself? I mean,
I would love that job.
Most corporate jobs are going to be like, hey, can you work 120 hours a week and not take any of your vacation days? Thanks so much.
I mean, the 40-hour work week's a myth.
So what do you have to gain? Like if you really, you can succeed at your goals. That first picture there is of one of the coaches on our team, Heather Yaw. And
I'm pretty positive on the call right now.
Her transformation's bananas. She has a six-pack. You earn a side income, again, what could $500 or $1,000 a month do for you? Maybe you have a goal or a dream to be a six-figure earner. That was honestly, I know that sounds really crazy, but that was my goal. Like I wanted to be a six-figure income earner, and I never saw that possibility before Beachbody coaching. You could earn a free trip for you and your family. You could walk on stage and be recognized. You guys, recognition with Beachbody is crazy. It's so awesome. You could lead a top team, and I truly believe that the sky is the limit because there is no income cap. There is no cap to like the achievements you can create here as a coach. So you can go big or you can go little. You want to talk about the benefits of owning your own business real quick?
Sure. So I'm a little bit of a reader, and over the course of the years, there's two books that have really kind of changed the way I look at businesses like this. And those two books are The Millionaire Next Door, which, forgive me, I cannot remember who wrote that. I should have written it down before I came in. And then Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Yeah. And in both of those books, they talk about two things. They talk about, number one, the people who are financially wise from a millionaire's perspective have multiple streams of income. Yep. So they're not tied to any one thing. That's when Joy first started talking to me about doing this, because she was in on the business side before I was. I was in on the health and fitness side before you were.
Yes.
When we first started talking about that, I said, okay, this is a great way to diversify that income. There's check number one. We get that one. And then the second thing that is really talked about in Rich Dad Poor Dad is one of the things that basically all millionaires do is they open up an S corporation. And basically what that does is that allows them to operate as a corporation and qualify for corporate tax law instead of personal tax law. Now, let me put a giant caveat on this. I am not a tax professional. I am not a CPA. I implore you to get professional advice on this one and not take anything from the idiot sitting on the other side of the screen.
My dad is a CPA, so we do get some pretty good
absolutely
help.
But anything that you are doing legitimately as a business expense is then a write-off.
Yep.
Joy works her butt off from this house. There's a portion of this house, you are staring at it, that is a write-off for us. when we go to Indianapolis and work with our teams and go to dinners and spend time out there, that is all a write-off for us.
If we go to dinner with like coaches here in the area and we talk about Beachbody and how we can like help more people, that is a business write-off.
Right. So, I mean, those are the benefits you have to be able to,
our
cell phones,
our business write-off. Yeah.
Of our electricity, our
exactly.
water,
Yeah.
etc. But again, it really, much more importantly to me anyways, is that ability to have that second, third, fourth stream of income coming in, whether that is $250 a week or $2,500 a week or $25,000 a week. So we know coaches that are making that as well.
Yep. So you are your own boss. You work for yourself, not by yourself. You get to work from anywhere, like truly anywhere. I've worked on, the balcony of a cruise ship before.
Literally.
Which to me, that's true freedom, you guys. Like, true freedom, I think a lot of times we think is the ability to like not do anything and just be lazy. And that's not true freedom. True freedom is the ability to choose like how much or how little you or where you want to work. I don't think the desire for us to be productive human beings goes away just because we become financially successful. I think what brings us true freedom is like living out that purpose, but having complete flexibility.
It means being productive in the pathways that you want to be productive in, what means something to you. It's just like you've got on there, choose your dress code. For some people, that means yoga pants all day or sweatpants and a tattered t-shirt. For me, that means, okay, if I'm working out, it's all sweat clothes, etc. But if I'm, going out, like just the two of us, you're looking at it. But if we're going business, I'm in a suit. Like I like suits actually. I had a post on that the other day.
So yeah, you do get to work from home, but really anywhere, and you do get to control your destiny ultimately. So truly, I believe it's the best investment you can make. The best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. The more you learn, the more you earn. Really, this is a personal development program with a compensation plan. Yep. The more that you work on yourself, the more successful you will ultimately be.
Ultimate.
So let's get right to it. We're going to be wrapping up here soon and doing our drawing. Do not get off the call before I do the drawing because you have to
actually everyone get off the call before the drawing.
No!
So I get the tub of energy.
No. Okay, so how do you get started? Look, you can get started as a Beachbody coach with a $40 application fee. I don't recommend that because that's like opening up a Starbucks and not having any coffee beans in the store. You want to have the products to be able to experience them and talk about them. But
now, be clear on that. That doesn't mean stockpiling product. That means actually utilizing it for personal consumption. Because that's one of the beautiful parts about this business.
No inventory.
Beachbody takes care of all of that.
Oh my gosh, we don't stop. People come to me and they're like, "Do you have any extra Shakeology?" I'm like, "No." Do you have any extra Energize? No, I don't stock anything. So you basically, most of our coaches, in fact, I would say 100% of our coaches get started with what we call a bundle, a challenge pack bundle. And the two that we recommend right now, because you get the most for your money, is the MM100 challenge pack with either Shakeology, which is our #1 bestseller superfood smoothie. It changed my life. It's, oh my gosh, so amazing. Or you can do the MM100 challenge pack with the performance line, which is a partner with Ironman North America. So it's $160. The coach who invited you probably has a $10 off coupon that they can throw your way. So $150 to start your business, which is bananas. And you have like that's all product just for you. That's just to help you develop yourself. You'll have access to Beachbody on demand with either of those bundles for the entire year.
Which is that whole Netflix of working out.
Yeah. And so we get you started with a 3-week program. You have a rockin' transformation like Tanya, and then people start asking you what the heck you're doing, and we all plug them in and help them. And so that's how you get started, is with a bundle. Now, the cool thing about our opportunity, it has a 30-day money-back guarantee. What franchise can you be a part of where you have $150 to like buy the franchise and a 30-day money-back guarantee?
And it is a true no liability 30-day money-back guarantee.
No
Send back the empty bag if you want to. And it is amazing, having been someone who, in fact, when we first moved here to Texas, I basically opened a business for someone else. So going through everything it took to actually open that business, the fact that you can start this for literally as little as $40.
I think we spent more on a movie and dinner night for the family, but don't get me started. So yeah. So who do we work with? Everyone matters. So a lot of people think like, how am I going to find other people like me who want to build a business? And the truth is you're going to have a lot of people on your team who run a broad spectrum of, you know, how they want to engage in this business. Some we call, these are our terms, not like official terms. They're all coaches, but some are more of a preferred customer mindset where they love Shakeology, but they don't want to like help anyone. They have zero sales. They save money.
They're in it for themselves,
Yeah.
which is, I don't mean that derogatory in any way, shape, or form.
Totally.
They're in it to get results for themselves. They're fantastic customers.
Yeah, they're preferred customers, 25% off the products, and they are like a great team cheerleader and participant. The next level is kind of like an affiliate coach, and these like are typically people who have a full-time job. They don't have really an intention of quitting. They love the product and enjoy sharing it with others. They're going to earn some extra income, but they're not really like driving for that financial freedom. They just want a little extra financial bandwidth in their life.
Right.
And again, they are an incredible team cheerleader. And then the business starters, like these people who are all in and they are building a life of freedom. They want to be able to work whenever, wherever they want. They want a life of financial freedom, and they grow a team that does the same. So,
and you're going to end up seeing all three and working with all three. Now, you being on this call like this, you're pretty clearly indicating you're over to the far right on that screen as you're in there. So
when you say yes, basically you're going to contact the coach tonight that invited you and say, I'm in. Like, how do I sign up? They're going to ask for your email. They're going to figure out if you want the performance line bundle or the Shakeology bundle, get your flavor preferences, and then we're going to get you started on a program right away. On this Wednesday, because of the holiday coming up, we have our fast start call on Wednesday night, August 28th at 8 p.m. Central. Those who attend that fast start call for new coaches are going to be given a copy of the Slide Edge. That's our gift to you for getting started with us right away.
Slide Edge is a book we love to share. So
that is a book that we help all of our brand new coaches go through because it's going to set you up for great success in your business. Everything is all virtual, all on your time, and we teach you how to like be very focused and productive in power pockets. Like you can actually have a power pocket in your business while in the carpool lane, picking up your kids, just sitting there. And we want to help you earn your first check by the end of September. So that's like the next steps of how to get started. So here are a couple questions, things that I know that you're thinking, like, I'm not fit yet. Let me just tell you, I got started at the worst shape of my life. You don't have to be fit yet to be a coach. In fact, there's something very powerful about turning to your friends and family and saying, hey, I'm starting this. Let's do it together. So we think like, you don't have to have a rockin' transformation. In fact, like you're at the perfect time to take a lot of before photos, have that transformation and help people at the same time. You can earn while you learn. The other question is, I can't afford it.
It's $40.
It's ridiculous. But honestly, like, here's what I'm going to say. If you really can't afford $150 to get started, I would challenge you and say, like, you can't afford not to get started because you're not going to be able to save your way to financial security. You're going to have to figure out a side hustle, like tap into that hustle of your 20-year-old self and go, add like 5 hours to your week where you get to build an income out of this coaching opportunity. I don't think you can afford not to do it if you don't have $150 to your name.
I agree with you. And I'd say, it's different between, okay, this doesn't feel like the right thing for me versus I can't afford it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't feel like the right thing, God bless you, find the thing that is. Because if you can't afford it and this doesn't feel like the right thing, go find the right thing.
Yeah, find something.
We're here. We love you.
Is this a pyramid scheme? No. A pyramid scheme is illegal. This is not illegal. Pyramid scheme basically would be like, you pay the $40 coach fee and I make money off of you signing up. The truth is, I don't make a dime off of you signing up. No one makes a dime off of you signing up. That is a application fee. We only earn income off of any product that is sold, like true product. And a pyramid scheme is like money without the exchange of product.
Correct. And
that people are making an income off of that. So pyramid schemes are illegal. And this is not illegal. This is like the best business model in the freaking world. I don't like to sell. You know what? Everyone's selling something.
True, but this isn't about selling. This is about sharing. It's about sharing your journey on an ongoing basis.
You model the way.
Yeah, the first thing we say from a vital behavior is be proof of the product.
Yeah.
just that's what I love about this business. The first responsibility you have, and your primary responsibility is take care of you.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then people are like, what the heck are you doing? So you talk about good movies all the time. You can talk about like great fitness programs that are like giving you more life. I don't have a social media following. That's really no big thing. Like we teach you everything you need to know. I didn't have a social media following either. I wasn't even on Instagram. I'm so busy, I don't have time. Look, we all have the same 24 hours. I bet I could find 5 hours to create your side hustle in. I just gave up TV.
Well, and you find it in the cracks of your day. And everybody's cracks are in different time frames. My cracks of my day, I'm on the road 60 to 70% of the time. It's amazing how much you can get done on an airplane now that they all have Wi-Fi. Sometimes the Wi-Fi is better than other times, but it's amazing how much more you can actually get done in those cracks of your day. And the fact that you can do basically everything off of this. She's way more productive than I am off of this. I'm still a computer guy, but it makes it so much easier.
The amount of time you have is no bearing on whether you are a business person or a business coach in this. It's how you treat your time, and we teach you time management. That is the number one thing that we work on as a coaching team is time management. In fact, we have a special call on that topic this week, which is gonna rock. These are just some pictures from our team because I wanted you to see just some of the fabulous people that we get to hang out with, and I love just hanging out with these people every chance I can. And you belong here. Like, truly, you belong here. I don't care if you are just getting started or if you are a fitness professional. Like, everyone has a place here on this team. And so what we want to do right now is open it up for any questions, and then we are going to do the drawing and give away some Energize. So does anyone have any questions? I see a lot of amens. Save all receipts. Yes. Can't stress this enough. Yes. Any questions? Awesome. Then you all are ready to get going. Andrea's like, yes, join our team. So we want you to get with the person who invited you to this call tonight. We want you to give them your email. They'll get your flavor preference. We'll get you enrolled, and then you can be introduced on our team page, and you'll be on the Fast Start new coach call this Wednesday night. We are ready for some Energize. Are you guys ready? You guys have no idea. Like, Energize, I call it mom crack. Okay? Like, truth be told, is awesome. So there's a lucky winner in here. They're going to be bummed if they were called and they got off the call 5 minutes ago. You have to be on the call to win.
Sarah McKinnon.
Is Sarah McKinnon on the phone? Are you here? Sarah McKinnon, going once, going twice. See you guys. Look at you. You all stayed on. Sarah's going to be bummed.
Is that Missy?
Yes,
Porsche?
Missy Porsche. Missy Porsche on the call.
Look and see.
And
unless she's 806.
Unless you're 806.
Yeah, I'm gonna start keeping my eyes open.
This is, come on, people.
I haven't seen this one either.
Jennifer Clackett.
Gadget Clackett.
Clagett. Well, this is just ridiculous. I'm gonna close my eyes and point to the screen. It's Kelsey Ford.
Yes, I see her name right there.
Kelsey Ford, you won Energize.
Yay!
Congratulations.
John's here too.
Yay!
I need the Energize.
The Energize is life.
He's my good luck charm. I'm like, we're gonna win because you're on this call.
Yes!
I win everything.
I love it. Well, we need to find a good equivalent for mom crack for guys. I haven't figured out what that is, but it is.
Because dad crack's not gonna work.
It's equally as awesome for men. So anyway.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I'm so glad you made the call. We are going to take one quick picture before we head out. And I just want to thank you guys all for tuning in tonight. If you have any questions, get with the person who invited you. But we look forward to welcoming you all on our team page. Woo, woo. All right, you guys, have a great night. Bye.